I don't get it. Mitsuki is acting strange, as if she couldn't taste it. Is it possible? Why? But to be honest, I don't really care about Mitsuki's condition. All that matters is that she leaves me alone. The rest is insignificant. What do I care if she doesn't react to a burned cookie? I don't, right? Mitsuki doesn't approach my desk even once for the rest of the lessons. As expected, she never asks for my copybooks. My heart is pounding harder and harder as the bell approaches. Did it work or not? A vision of a creepy plush toy pops into my mind. It has to work, it has to. So basically they just turned her into Rei Ayanami. Here it is, the bell. The school day is over. Anxiety makes a lump appear in my throat. The palms of my hands are clammy with sweat. Classmates begin to leave the classroom quickly. Mitsuki isn't moving. Time passes. Mitsuki continues to sit at her desk and I hesitate for fear of missing something important. Time seems to have frozen. I'm so anxious that I don't notice the sky turning orange. Mitsuki has been sitting at her desk for hours, not moving even once. How about you, Natsumi? I gulp. I'm about to call her when the silence of the classroom is cut through by a creak of a chair being pushed back. Mitsuki gets up from her desk, from her seat and slowly, as if in a dream, walks past my desk. There's no emotion on her face. I clutch my hands to my chest, trying to calm my racing heart. Sweet beds on my forehead. Sweet beads. Beds? Sweat beads. There we go. Go away. Don't approach me. Just leave. Don't talk to me. Don't notice me. You don't want to torture me. You don't. Just leave. Mitsuki walks past me. I brush away the unsolicited tears. It worked. It really worked. I'm free. Free. Natsume. Mitsuki is standing in the doorway of the classroom. Her face is that of a doll, blank and cold. Why are you still sitting, Natsume? What? Come. She swings... Oh my god, talking like that really hurts your throat. She swings her hand and I'm horrified to see a paper-cutting knife in her pale palm. No! What? No. There is a sound of blades coming out. Alright, Mitsuki raises her hands and runs the blade across her cheek. Scarlet beads glisten in sunset rays. Not a muscle trembles on her white face because dolls don't feel pain. Come. Without another word, Mitsuki walks out of the classroom. I run after her. She is walking so fast that I don't have time to catch up with her and ask her anything. We reach the library. I freeze in the doorway. No. No. Why didn't it work? Why is she still taking me there? Noticing my hesitation, Mitsuki stops, waits a few seconds, and comes closer. She grabs me by the hair and literally drags me deep into the library. She doesn't seem to care if anyone sees her inappropriate behavior. Mitsuki? I got so used to the devilish grin and arrogant face that I don't recognize Mitsuki in her. Who are you? Instead of answering, she starts pounding me. I'd like to say as always, but no, today Mitsuki is different. Her blows are different. There's nothing in them. No rage, no irritation, no pleasure. Nothing. Oops, I didn't mean to skip through that. Nothing. Like Mitsuki herself, they are empty. Stop, enough. I fight back in desperation. Mitsuki, leave me alone already. Unable to take it any longer, I shove her aside. Mitsuki takes a couple of steps back, trips and falls. Both of us end up on the floor. Mitsuki isn't surprised, angry or upset. She just sits on the floor, staring blindly past me. Tears are rolling down her cheeks. We stay still for a while. I don't understand. I don't understand. My mind goes blank. I rise to my feet. Mitsuki looks at me from below, tilts her head to the side and stands up as well. Like a doll, a puppet. What the hell are you doing? I can't stand it and hit Mitsuki in the face. The library is filled with the sound of a slap. Mitsuki turns around, her head jerks back, long hair sweeping up. It happens so slowly, so clearly, like in slow motion. Mitsuki turns her face toward me. Her cheek is red. Mitsuki. She doesn't move. Succumbing to a mad impulse, I yank her hair with all my might, then slap her again on the other cheek. Mitsuki backs away, resting her shoulder against the bookcase. Her gaze is empty. I can't believe my eyes. Wait. Mitsuki can't taste anything, feels no pain, and acts like a doll. She has lost all her desires. What were the words of the hex again? You'll never want to torture me again, Mitsuki, never. Did she get all of her pleasure from life from torturing me? No, not like this. Make her stop wanting. But Mitsuki hasn't stopped enjoying my beatings. She no longer feels anything. She has lost her soul? Why? Back then in the first day she was acting weird, but she hadn't completely lost her feelings. And today, I overdid it. Sacrificed too much blood. Mitsuki hasn't stopped paying attention to me. She no longer sees, hears, and feels like an ordinary human does. But why is she beating me up anyway? What does she care about? It's just for the love of the game at this point, to be honest. What does she care about me now that she's become like this? I don't get it. I don't understand. Why don't you leave me alone? I don't know. What? Mitsuki tilts her head to the side and frowns slightly, trying in vain to gather her thoughts. I no longer know what I want. I'm sorry, I can't talk. I can't give her the zombie voice because I'm gonna turn into a zombie myself. So I'm doing what I always do.
Huh?
Are you kidding me? Mitsuki looks at me with bottomless, soulless eyes. She has lost all connection to the world and keeps going to school and beating me up out of habit? I back away until my back bumps into a bookcase. You won't leave me alone, huh? Right, Mitsuki? Pointless. She suddenly snaps out of it and pounces on me with her fists. Stop, Mitsuki, stop! Why? Why? I don't get it. Enough. A wave of horror sweeps over me. New Mitsuki is much scarier than the old one. New Mitsuki, having lost her humanity, beats me without holding back. New Mitsuki doesn't understand why she should hold back at all. Everything has become much worse. I've ruined everything with my own hands. Both my life and Mitsuki's. What do I do? What should I do now? I sit down on my computer and with trembling hands type a question in the site's chat room. Can the hex be lifted? Blood pulses frantically in my temples. It seems that not only my body is wounded, but my soul as well. I want to forget everything like a bad dream. I want the old Mitsuki back. Do you? We want a Mitsuki that won't bully us. Okay? My question is immediately answered. To lift the hex, I need Mitsuki's blood, not mine. I have to sprinkle it on the knife and cut the Mitsuki bear apart with it, then everything will go back to normal. The hex should be lifted in 3 nights after it was cast before it has taken root in the victim's soul. Tomorrow I will fix the mess I've made. I can't sleep. My head is torn with contradictory thoughts. Could this whole situation be avoided somehow? Was there another way to get rid of Mitsuki? If not a hex, then what? How else could I resist her? Resist? Come to think of it, I've never even tried. My classmates don't recognize me at first. Natsume? Hello? They buzz like flies. Their chatter is annoying. It's distracting me from more important things. Natsume, are you listening? Go to the infirmary. You can buy us buns next time. Don't tell me about your buns, but don't forget, I've been hooked on cinnamon lately. Natsume? Shut up already! I said that? My classmates stare at me with wide-eyed, their mouths stupidly open. They resemble fish that has suddenly found itself on the counter of a store. Wait, excuse me? What is this? What is this idiom? What a stupid sight. Did I really try to earn the respect of these carps? Oh my god, Natsume! The girl boss queen Natsume rises. They finally come to their senses, exchange looks, and back away from my desk. A blissful silence hangs. Mitsuki enters the classroom, as aloof as yesterday. I stand up, my chair creaking loudly on the floor, sling my bag over my shoulder, and walk over to Mitsuki. We need to talk. She doesn't resist when I grab her hand and drag her out of the classroom and into the library. Mitsuki, where's the freaking librarian? Oh my god. Mitsuki obediently follows me. In the library, she stands between bookcases without further ado. Like, I know she's the librarian assistant, but like, where is the librarian? Period. She stands in the library between the bookcases without further ado. Weird. I'm overcome with a strange sensation. Deja vu. I put my bag on the floor and pull out my knife. The same knife I used to cut the bear in my hand. Now it's Mitsuki's turn. I approach her and grab her wrist. I just need a bit of blood. Just a bit. Yeah, this is gonna go very well, probably. My hands are trembling. Wounding another person is both difficult and unforgivably easy. Mitsuki doesn't resist. Well, you know what? It's a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. She doesn't flinch when I, having pulled myself together and bitten my lower lip, cut her palm. Scarlet drops fall to the floor of the library. So easy. Too easy. Mitsuki stares at me dumbly. I can easily cut her apart, take revenge for my suffering and torment, for all the bullying and beatings. I feel strong and invincible. How easy it is to torture someone who doesn't resist. Is that going to be the theme of this story? That I should have resisted? I spend the rest of the day in blissful silence. The classmates I considered friends whisper behind my backs and don't risk approaching me. In a great mood, I come home and begin to wait for nightfall. The third trip to the park is strikingly different from the previous ones. Today there is peace and tranquility in my soul. No more shadows in the bushes, no more plush bears in the way, no more embodiments of fears and torments of conscience. Tonight it ends. Something begins. I stop. Is it just me, or are there voices nearby? They come from somewhere in the darkness and seem very familiar. I pull a knife out of my bag just in case and walk toward the sound. The voices grow louder and clearer. It can't be. No, they're gonna curse me! They are standing in the darkness, forming a semicircle. One of them is holding a knife, another a plush toy. The third is looking at something in her phone, the screen light casting ugly shadows on her face. Now what are my dear classmates up to? Everything ready? Yes, only blood remains. It's creepy. Don't you dare back away, we've decided to put the hex. Ha, and they told me they're afraid of dark magic, but whom do they want to curse? I think I already know the answer. Natsumi is completely out of line. She said shut up to me once. You don't say. Top student in the class and quite pretty at that. It fed up her ego. And her behavior today, ugh. She's become too arrogant. She needs to be taught a lesson. Yeah, probably. The last phrase is uttered in a squeaky, croaking voice. It's followed by a burst of muffled laughter. I can't believe my ears. So that's how it is. That's what was hidden under their smiles and kind words. The whole time they were praising and admiring me, envy was eating away at their souls. So disgusting. Alright, let's begin. Serves you right, Natsu. How interesting. Oh shit. Girl boss Natsumi has risen again. I step forward, I put the knife behind my back and toss my phone in my other hand. Natsumi? What are you doing here? I can ask you the same question. They look at each other nervously. One of them tries to hide a plush toy behind her back. No need. I already know what you're here for me. That you're here for me. Yes, we hate you, and you won't stop us. Yeah, you're right. That's what old Natsumi would have said. Unfortunately for my classmates, that gutless creature no longer existed. Oh, really? I wave my smartphone meaningfully in front of them. Are you sure? Before you finish the ritual, the video of your adventures will be on the internet. What? I'm sure the teachers will love that you've decided to curse the top students of our school. Imagine being a teacher and walking into school one day and all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck? My students cursed each other? they unleashed the dark arts upon each other? No wonder people are have stopped being teachers. They just quit. Bitch, give us the phone. Now, you can take your chances and try to snatch it. Oh shit. I pull a knife from behind my back. The classmates recoil in horror. You're crazy. Oh, but I'm not the one trying to curse someone else with dark magic. Actually, you are. You were, I should say you were. Here's what happens next. Drop your garbage and get out of here, or I'll show everyone this video. The classmates are silent. They're probably wondering if they can stop me somehow. Fear not. I decided to dispel their doubts. Should something happen to me, the video would certainly find its way to the teachers and your parents. Never underestimate the top students. Yeah, damn it. The classmates curse, throw the stuff intended for the ritual on the ground, and leave. I watch them go with pleasure. So that's how it is. That's how you felt, Mitsuki. I stare at my phone in admiration. These fools didn't even bother to check if I actually filmed them. Fools. There is no footage. Was there ever a video of me shoplifting? Mitsuki, you were right to call me a fool. I was a fool, but now I get it. I get it. This is Stockholm syndrome. I see, so that's how it is, Mitsuki. That's why you kept beating me up even when you seemed bored with all of it. Because I didn't resist, because I obediently allowed you to torture me, doing nothing in return. Now I know how great the temptation is, how pleasant it is to feel that someone is completely at your mercy. You can do anything you want with them, anything you can think of. Now I understand. Thank you, Mitsuki, for opening my eyes. To bullying? Weakness is a sin. Weakness must be eradicated and strength must be enjoyed. Thank you for teaching me strength, Mitsuki. I only turned Mitsuki into an unwilling puppet because I was too afraid to confront her openly. What a fool I was, a complete fool. No worries, soon I'll fix everything, and we'll settle this like regular people. With fists. I want to return Mitsuki to her former self and tell her everything I've learned. What? I want to share my discoveries with her because she is the only one in the whole world who can understand me. What are you talking about? We laugh at the fools I've so cleverly fooled. This sounds great. I have no trouble finding the spot where I buried the plush bear. Except... No, no, no. There's a blackened hole in the ground. The bear isn't there. Where is it? I fall to my knees and start digging the ground with my hands. It must be there, it must be. If I don't find the toy, I won't be able to cut it with a knife and the hex won't be lifted. Mitsuki will forever remain a lifeless doll beating me up in the library out of habit. Or, it's worse than that. She's lost her soul and the will to live. What if she gets tired of living? I never thought about it. What if the empty shell of the former Mitsuki decides to end the grey life devoid of feelings and emotions? Mitsuki will kill herself? ? No, no, no. I'm frantically digging the ground. It's pointless, the bear isn't there. On all fours, I start searching the surroundings. What if a stray dog had dug up the bear, and played with it, and dumped it nearby? I have to keep looking, searching. I can barely see anything in the darkness. Blood rushes to my face, hammers pound in my ears. This is the price of cowardice, except I'm not the one who has to pay it. I keep searching, scratching my hands and feet against the rocks. Tears of grief and desperation run down my cheeks. Forgive me, Mitsuki. It's all because I'm a complete fool. I search until the morning. I crawl around the park, covered in mud and tears, but I can't find the plush bear. My phone keeps ringing. My parents must have freaked out when they didn't find me in my room. No matter, it doesn't matter because Mitsuki... I failed to save her. Now Mitsuki will be a puppet for the rest of her life. The Mitsuki I knew died, and maybe soon her body will follow. I am a murderer. All of it is because of me. If I'd only known, Mitsuki would have... I cover my face with my dirty hands and cry. I've never cried so desperately in my life. Not even when Mitsuki was beating me up with particular brutality. I cry for myself and Mitsuki. I cry until I'm hoarse. Farewell, Mitsuki. I dearly wish we could be friends. What are you talking about? My head is buzzing. My heart is torn apart by what I've seen. Why, Mitsuki, why? How are you? Mitsuki, memories. Hush, it's alright, you're back, it's over. But back? Oh yeah, right. Phew. Something stirs in my hand. I lower my gaze and see that I'm clutching a grace in my hands. The doll has become sticky and very heavy and something is moving incessantly under its rag skin. How did she get out of the box? The doll seemed beautiful and innocent before, kind to all her friends. Now I see pleading and desperation in her eyes. I feel sorry for the poor frightened Grace, even though she's shaking with fear. Her shivers travel to my fingers, crawling over my arms to my head and drilling my temples with throbbing pain. The doll suddenly jerks out of my hands and hovers in the air. Ugh! Her raggy belly inflates like a balloon. There's an unpleasant sound of wet slurping. The fabric rips with a squelch. Black, stinking polyester comes out of the doll's belly. The button eyes break off. Curled vines of anacorus grow in their place. The doll makes a circle in the air, spewing out more and more stinky polyester. Wiggling larvae can be seen amongst the lumps. This is disgusting. I feel nauseous. I back away and bump into Tomo. Such a sight is hard to get used to. The vines continue to burst from the bowels of the doll's body, scattering scraps of fabric and foam rubber around them. The crunch of breaking bones fills the half-empty room. The vile sound echoes off the empty walls. With one last desperate shriek, anacorus finally fills the space where the doll used to be. Then it falls to the floor, scattering to the sides in 3 shriveled petals. Oh. The box where the Natsumi doll had been hiding is now bright and neat, just as it should have been. As if it's been cleansed of a heavy load of regret. So creepy. Are you okay? Yeah, I think. I'm not sure. My teeth are chattering with fear, but I realize that it's the memories of Natsumi that have such an effect on me. She had to endure so much. What did you see? What did your Aki ear see? The library and Natsumi and... Sit and calm down. I don't understand anything. Yeah, me neither. Tomo sits me down on the bed. It creaks. What did the memory show you? I tell a sad story about the girl who wanted friends but was too weak to fight back. About Mitsuki, who for some reason bullied the girl instead of helping her. About how Natsumi couldn't stand it and casted a hex on Mitsuki even though there were many other ways to solve the problem. Like talking to an adult. Tomo listens, her eyes wide in bewilderment. Toward the end of the story, she bites her lower lip forcefully. It's horrible. I didn't think Mitsuki was like that. Why did she do such cruel things? To try to teach a coward a lesson? To vent her emotions on a convenient punching bag? However you look at it, it's horrible. Agreed. So the hex is to blame. Mitsuki died because of the Natsumi spell? Sounds plausible. I don't remember Mitsuki from the memory saying anything about anacorus. She was in no condition to fight the hex. It's getting more and more mysterious. Is there anything else you can remember? I don't think so. Natsumi often had creepy dreams, but I'm not sure if they can be of any use. Dreams? You saw Natsumi's dreams? But how? I freeze, not immediately realizing what Tomo means. And not just dreams. Maybe the ritual works that way? Maybe. Go figure, these spirits. We laugh strainedly. Oh, these weird hex spirits. Despite the gravity of the conversation, I'm immensely glad that Tomo is here with me now. Without her support, I would have been completely lost in this creepy empty room with these creepy black boxes. Look, she has a weird cat mouth. She's obviously not real. She's a Totomo bear hiding. It's so good when there's a friend around. In the skin of a human being. Natsumi didn't have one. Whom? A good friend. Her classmates pretended to be friends, but they didn't care about her problems. It's so sad when such things happen. Agreed. However, do you think Natsumi herself was worried about other people's problems? What if she been able to support them in their distress like a true friend? The sudden question makes me gawk at Tomo. Oh, I didn't think about it. I wonder if Natsumi thought about it herself. I don't know. And no one will ever know. Do you have friends beside me? Another sudden question. I tilt my head to the side, thinking hard for some reason. Good friends like you? No, just buddies among my classmates. And the memory scratches me with a sharp needle of recall. That's Mitsuki! A long time ago I came to a playground. The sun was setting and there was no one there but one single girl. She was just sitting on a swing, but she seemed unusual to me. Why? Because of her white summer dress. It was fall. How frivolous. She seemed to like it a lot. Yeah, that's right. She said that she loved it very much. Did you two become friends? I think so. She promised we'd play again someday, but she left and never came back. I waited and waited and waited until I don't remember. Probably like an hour. Because back then an hour is like infinity. I hope that we become friends, that she'd save me. From what? I don't know. Then you blank? What did you say? No, nothing. Well, I've gotten quite drowsy. I'm sorry. I need to stay awake and think about the ritual. Tomo gets up from the bed. What's wrong? Hold on a minute. She walks across the room and stops at the slender young sprouts of anacorus, not yet spiked with thorns. She plucks a few and twists them into a ring. What? We'll wait for it. Hop. Oh. Get these fucking flowers off me. Tomo, what the fuck? That's better. Are you wounded? Anacorus is very, very prickly. I'm a master of disguise. Am I turtly enough for the turtle club? She holds out clean, pale palms, showing that she hasn't pricked herself on the treacherous thorns even once. Why put them on my head if they're prickly? Great, thank you. It's the first time I'm wearing a wreath. Too bad we don't have a smartphone here. I need to capture this beauty. You're making me blush. This is totally not weird at all. Even Anacorus, despite its sinister appearance, can be cute. That's what's going on? What is this? What is this CW show ending all of a sudden? Even in Mitsuki's empty room, a bell of happy laughter can spill out. Once again, I rejoice that I'm not alone. Tomo's smile keeps me from getting sour and giving up. And what keeps Tomo herself going? Probably chess. When she was listening to my story, she looked very distressed. I jump to my feet and fidget, maneuvering around the room. Given my bad luck, I have to move as carefully as possible to avoid running face first into the spikiest parts of the thorn. Aki? In a minute, hold on. Ow! Huh? Here. I flop back onto the bed and put a wreath on Tomo's head. It hasn't turned out very neat, but the vines hold tight and don't fall apart. Success. Other than all the blood you gave to the freaking plant monster. It looks good on you too. You don't like it? Huh, what? No, of course I do. I really like it. Especially how you just jammed it on my head and took all the thorns into my scalp. A blush blossoms on Tomo's white cheeks. I've never seen her so happy, even during her chess monologues. Thanks. Now I too wish we had a smartphone here. Stupid ritual. Even in the midst of a sinister ritual, we suffer without smartphones. That's a problem. What's wrong with that? Tomo laughs merrily. Anacorus trembles and seems to shrink after hearing an unfamiliar sound. I carefully remove the wreath and put the hat back on. Forward before I lose courage. Good luck! We chuckle merrily once more. I reach for the box. Alright, it's the last one. I'm gonna end the video there. Save. Did that one. Let's save it here. Alright. So I'm not gonna say anything about how this how you should Natsumi was acting. She was being bullied and she probably wasn't in her right state of mind. At the end when she was saying that she wanted to be friends with Mitsuki. And I'm not gonna say that the story is telling you is like promoting that. You should definitely, like I said, talk with the trusted adults. If you don't have a trusted adult, that sucks, right? But you should definitely try to find a way to not handle things on your own in such a case. I think that Natsumi was possibly just had Stockholm syndrome or something. And then the way that it ended, like obviously her friends weren't her friends. Like you could tell because well, it was very subtle, but when they showed their faces, they didn't show their eyes, which is a very subtle clue letting us know that they're not who they seem to be, that they're not as friendly as they seem to be. Other than that, this one I feel was like the most I would say thematically all over the place. But I really liked how they made Mitsuki not just like a damsel in distress, because they also kind of made her kind of an asshole. And it's probably because of like whatever this lady did to her, which we'll find out. Or maybe it's because of Fuyumi, because Fuyumi did curse her to be like a soulless husk or something. Anyway, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Subscribe, leave comments, and I'll see you on the flip side.